Hey everybody, it's Dwight here with Driving with Dwight. Speaking of driving with Dwight, Dwight has got a really cool thing happen. I got to drive up to the other end of Arnprior, beautiful area. I'm going to just say where it is, kind of. It's in the Sandpoint, Castleford area, and it is on the water, gorgeous spot. But anyway, I was talking to one of my friends here, and he's saying to me, I was saying, like, I'm really stuck this week. Don't know what to mention. What am I going to talk about on the show? And we were talking about it back and forth, and he goes, small talk. People are always in the small talk, and they always talk about their dogs, and which I have dogs, as you know. And he said, but they don't talk about my pet and what I'd like. I said, well, you know what? I said, seeing is believing. I'm going to ask this guy to come in and talk to us about it. You're on, buddy.
Yeah, no, we're going to just jump straight to the meat of the chase here, which is... when I'm talking to these idiots with these dogs all the time, and this blows my mind, is every time I'm talking about them with their dogs, all of a sudden I'll mention how I have a rabbit. And next thing you know, everyone chimes in about how when they were a kid, they had a rabbit. And all of a sudden I'm like, why is it that people know I have a rabbit, and everybody raised with a rabbit, but no one ever wants to talk about rabbits? What the hell's wrong with that? Instead, they figure their dogs are so special. If you look around you, all you see are dogs. Who gives a shit about dogs? Meanwhile, everyone's got this past that's just riddled with rabbits. And no one wants to talk about rabbits. Now, it's either because they don't like their childhood, or somehow they want to skip over the fact that rabbits are fun, or maybe they're just angry. I don't know, but for some strange reason, it's all about dogs. And the thing is what dogs lead to is a bunch of just horseshit small talk. And small talk is the number one killer of the human race. And before you know it, no one wants to talk about rabbits because it's exciting. It's new, it's novel, it's something different, right? But it's always got to be about dogs. Like, it's not, it's going to be the end of the day if you don't go over and pet their dog or talk about their dog, or what's the name of your dog? Well, your dog's name is so cute. Where'd you get, it's like, who gives a shit?
So do you allow anybody to pet their bunny?
Oh, yeah, anybody can pet
cool.
the bunny, man.
Oh,
yeah. Who doesn't want to pet a bunny rabbit? I mean,
bunnies are cute.
Unless, of course, the bunny's not neutered, and then the bunny will take your hand off.
Oh, yeah. That's no fun.
No, well, that's the fun thing about bunnies. But you see, that's the thing most people don't talk about with bunny rabbits, is... is it a female, is it a male, or whatever? Because there's a massive difference between a female and a male rabbit. And this is the thing. The difference between a male dog and a female dog is a male dog wants to mount your leg. A female dog just wants to wander off and get mounted. So, I mean, rabbits, on the other hand, are a very curious breed. Like a little girl rabbit is so cute. She's got a little thing called a dewlap, which makes her special. Because that's where the little bunnies live when they're babies.
Oh, cool.
And that's the reason why they call them dewlaps, is because when they're hopping through the grass in nature, that's where the dew gathers is on their that's why it's called a dewlap.
Makes sense.
Whereas a male, he's generally bigger, and, if he's not neutered and he's out in the wild, a real male rabbit can be a very aggressive thing, but it's kind of interesting because there is a major difference between a male and a female rabbit. The difference between a male and a female dog, you wouldn't know unless you were standing there talking to the dog, and all of a sudden you look down at his groin and you realize he's got something else going on. Other than that, a dog's a dog, man. It's just, spots, no spots, whatever. It's a dog. It's either stupid or it's smart. Most dogs are pretty dumb. I mean, I've seen more dogs wandering around here without a leash, whereas actually if you go out in nature, rabbits don't have leashes. They don't need leashes because that's the nature of a rabbit.
Let's be fair to the dog, okay? It's the dog. It's not the dog that decides whether the leash goes on. It's the owner. And if you have an owner that if a dog wants to put a leash on, but the owner doesn't want the leash on, then the leash doesn't go on the dog, right?
You see, but this is where we start to fall off the cliff into that thing
Chicken
that they
or
call
the egg.
small talk.